Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for March 8th. We're looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This pair surged to the upside, closed higher. We are looking for it to potentially break to the upside. If we get a close above this high, definitely could see it moving higher. Currently, it's been moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 82.01, possibly as low as 80.82. Look for some resistance around 81.95 and look for some support around 81.05. Now the Euro USD pair, this pair surged to the upside, closed higher. We are looking for it to potentially go as high as 134.12, possibly as low as 130.60. Look for some resistance around 133.25 and look for some support around 131.75. Now the pound US dollar pair, it moved to the upside. It's been moving sideways overall. Look for it to potentially go as high as 159.36, possibly as low as 156.59. Look for some resistance around 158.75 and look for some support around 157.75. Now the US Swiss, this pair surged to the downside, closed lower. Look for it to potentially go as high though on a reversal up to 0.9227, possibly as low as 0.8981. Look for some resistance around 0.9125 and look for some support around 0.9025. Now, as far as news announcements go, we do have some significant news announcements being released tomorrow at 2 a.m. Eastern. We have the German Consumer Price Index for February being released. Of course, that will affect the euro. Consensus on that one is that it's held at 2.3%. Now, a little bit later in the day, we have at 7 a.m. Eastern, we have the Canadians releasing their unemployment rate for February. Consensus on that one is that it's held at 7.6%. Now we also have at 8:30 a.m. Eastern the non-farm payroll for the U.S. being released. They're showing a decline from 243K down to 210K. Unemployment rate showing a hold at 8.3%. Now at 10 a.m. Eastern we have the pound releasing the gross domestic product estimate for February. No consensus on that one. Previous was negative 0.2%. Okay, what am I looking for during this next session? Well, if you go to the US-Japanese yen pair, drop to the 4-hour time frame, you will see, if you zoom out a little bit, well, you'll see right here that we have an extremely steep trend line that has developed over the past several 4-hour time periods, over the past several sessions. You can see we've tagged it here, here, and here, came real close here. So we have some pretty strong area there of support. You can see that it's getting closer to a high as well, a pivot high right here around the 81.85 mark. If we break through that, it could just continue to rock on and move higher. If it doesn't, however, I do believe we'll see it pull back. You can see we have another trend line that has formed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 points here that it's hit. If this pair rolls over, meaning it does a U-turn, at that point, what I'm going to look to do is go ahead and take a slice out of this market and grab about 30 pips. Now, I'm not saying that you can't grab more. Most likely it will come down to this long-term trend line. This trend line goes back to late February. So several, more than 1 week there, long-term trend line, it most likely will come back down to that point. However, if you just want to take a quick little slice out of it, what I would look to do is basically take this slice out, because we have an area of consolidation, sideways market, whatever you want to call it. The market moved through that area once there, all within a 4-hour period. Here we have a little bit of consolidation, a little bit below that, but surged through it there, and then consolidation there. So I do believe if we see it roll over, that shorting around the 81.46 mark and then go ahead and exit that trade at 81.14 would be the way to play it. So just to show you, this would be about a 32 pip, 31, 32 pip move to the downside. You could use a risk to reward. Basically, just use this long-term or the short-term trend line that's been moving to the upside as your stop loss, depending on where it is. It could be less than 1-to-1. It could be a little bit more. Well, I hope that helps. And until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.